Welcome back, guys. We're going to do another build showcase here, and today we're going to be showing off a insane Strand Titan build. Let's jump right into it. Now, starting off here, like I said, it is a Strand Titan build, so we are going to be using the Wishful Ignorance as our exotic. Now, we'll get into more details on that in a bit, but first we're going to start with the Berserker Strand subclass. Now, for our abilities, we are going to be using Frenzied Blade, and then we're going to be using the Grapple. I prefer the Grapple for this. You can get away with using something like Shackle Grenade, but Grapple is just overall strong. It's going to really increase the amount of melee damage you can do too, because you can also grapple melee. Now, for our aspects, we're going to be using Flechette Storm. So while sliding, we're going to activate our charged melee to leap into the air, knocking nearby enemies away and dealing damage. And then while we're in the air, we can activate our charged melee again to launch a cluster of damaging, unraveling projectiles. Repeatedly activate it will chain together additional throws. This is what this build's all about, right? We're going to be absolutely decimating targets using Flechette Storm. And then we're going to be using Banner of War. We're using Banner of War because when we defeat targets with melee attack or a finisher or sword, to raise the Banner of War, that pulses with energy periodically, healing nearby enemies, increasing our melee and sword damage, and targets defeated by you and nearby enemies will charge the banner, increasing the speed of its pulses. This is going to increase our survivability and our overall damage immensely. Moving on to our fragments. In our fragments, we're going to be using the Thread of Fury. Damaging targets with a tangle grants melee energy. This is huge. We're going to be creating a lot of tangles so that we can continuously grab and throw them and get our melee back faster. We're going to be doing Thread of Warding for our second fragment. Thread of Warding means picking up an orb of power grants us Woven Mail. This is going to increase our survivability. Woven Mail is an absolutely insane damage resistance buff. And onto our third fragment, dealing damage grants grenade energy, just lets us keep our grapple up more often. And finally, but not least, the Thread of Propagation. This means that powered melee final blows grant our strand weapons unraveling rounds. Unraveling rounds is very good, and yeah, I think it says it for itself. Plus, it gives us that 10 melee back that we're losing from Thread of Fury, which is, not needed, but good to have. Moving on to our armor and our mods. So for this build, we are going to want a very high melee stat. We want our melee stat up as high as it can. A, so we're getting our melee up as often as possible, and B, so that we're dealing additional damage with our melee. Every little bit above 100 gives us more PvE damage, and that's huge. We're getting plus 11 PvE damage right now for having 136. You get this up even higher, it's going to be even better. Now, on to our item-specific mods. For our helmet, we are running a melee mod to help increase our melee. We're running 2 harmonic siphons. That way, anytime we get a kill with a strand weapon, we are getting orbs of power. And then we're running hands-on. We're running hands-on because we'll get bonus super energy on melee kills. On to our featured exotic for this, Wishful Ignorance. We're going to be running a melee mod. We're going to be running 2 heavy-handed mods. That way we get tons of orbs of power for getting melee kills. And then we had 1 point left over, so I threw it on fastball. Doesn't do anything for this build. Next, onto our chest piece, we are running another melee mod. We have 1 harmonic resistance. We can change that to whatever the activity's damage threat is. 1 concussive dampener, and then another harmonic resistance. Again, you can change this or leave it, up to you, depending on what the threat is of the activity you're going to be doing. Moving on to our legs, we do have 2 invigoration mods. Means anytime we pick up an orb of power, our melee cooldown is going to be reduced. Very important. And then you can run whatever weapon of choice you're going to be using as a surge I'm going to switch this over to Strand since I'll probably be using my Strand gun the most. And last but not least, onto our mark. We have another melee mod. We have Powerful Attraction. That way when we activate our barrier, we're sucking any orbs nearby to us. We got a Reaper mod, so anytime we do use our class ability, or barrier, we can get an orb of power on our next weapon final blow. And then I have an Outreach mod, which reduces the cooldown of our melee anytime we use our class ability. Moving right along to our weapons, I've got a Strand auto rifle on here, and then just 2 weapons of my choice. You can run whatever's comfortable for you. I do recommend having a Strand gun in your build though. And now to showcase this build, I am going to be running a Solo Ops Grandmaster. We are running it at 50 power deficit, so it is going to be quite difficult, but you'll see just how much this build shreds. Alright, so starting off just, with this run, we're going to come right in here, and we're going to not take these guys out because I didn't quite have everything figured out yet. Oh man, I canceled all of my abilities there. So, we're gonna forget that happened. And we're just gonna get some normal kills here. Get some normal kills here, get our abilities up. Everything's gonna be A-okay, It's gonna be A-okay. Alright. Let's get ourselves going here. There we go. Getting some damage off now. I do have to get used to this build. It is a build I like and I've seen a lot, but I haven't played a lot with it. So, just gotta get used to it. I gotta figure it out. There we go. That got it going a bit. There we go. We're figuring it out. We're getting it. It's working. And again, we got weapon takedowns. It seems like I always get weapon takedowns when I want to do a ability focused build. I'm gonna die. Nah, we're good. So we can do this. There we go. Look at that. That worked really freaking well. Boom. Alright. We've got the hang of this now. We know what we're doing. We're getting this going. We're gonna go ahead and skip past these guys in here. So there's no actual reason to fight them if we don't have to. Get that thrown up there since we know that's up there. They're gonna go ahead and shoot at me anyways. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Go ahead and hit it with this. Just see, I mean, it only did a quarter of its damage. That's wild to me. We're gonna go ahead and get our bait and switch going. Deal some ton of damage to this guy. Gonna pop this so we can get some melee energy back. Alright. We're gonna start. We're gonna pop our ult. We're gonna miss our ult. Woo-wee! We are getting smacked around a bit here. Pop this. Get some respite so we can hit this guy. There we go. Then we'll go ahead and finish this off. We're gonna cut it close here. We might not get the bonus reward to get tier 10, and that's because I took too long getting the weapon kills, if I'm being honest. I get the weapon kills there much faster. I don't think we have an issue. But because I didn't, we're gonna miss out on it, and that's okay. Because again, we are minus 50, which is more than I recommend anybody do this at. There we go. Now I wish I had been able to finish it and get the bonus. Wait, oh, we might have gotten... I think we still got it, so... all good. Absolutely insane build. Ton of fun. Highly recommend. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and comment down below what builds you would like me to cover in the near future. Leave a subscription so you never miss another build showcase. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.